Hey guys, welcome to BELLE Dog Training, and today we're going to cover a few things in walking on leash. And what we're going to do is we're going to do a simple exercise with cones using a serpentine. Basically, walking a dog on a hard concrete surface for hours is not really feasible. So we're going to use grass, and we're going to use cones and a serpentine and weave in and out of those cones. We're also going to use a thick M1 K9 flat collar, and we're going to use a prong collar. So we're going to be teaching the dog to slow down to our pace and to walk with us with the commands. So if they get ahead of us, we're going to use commands like no and wait. And also we're going to be rewarding them with treats. So every time we hit one of those cones, every now and then we will stop and sit. If the dog is pulling too much, we will slow down our pace. We will take the leash. We're going to use a short leash. We're not going to use a long extended leash. We're going to take a short leash, and we're going to move it slightly behind our back. So that's what we're doing today. You guys stay tuned and watch how we slow Bella down in some on-leash training and see where we go from there.
Madison Belle German Shepherd.
Good girl. Good girl. Wait. Wait. Good girl. Sit. Sit. Good girl. Come on. Sit. Come on. Sit. Alright, so I'm walking Bella on leash. I have the leash firmly behind my back, hitting my butt. This is going to keep her from pulling. I'm using a short leash to do that with. Come on, Bella. Now I have control of her. She can't pull in front of me. Her head can go slightly ahead, but I'm keeping her behind me so she can't pull. And we're going in and out the cones. This forces Bella to turn with me and walk with me. If I stop, she sits. Now I'm going to switch Bella to the flat collar. So Bella's no longer on the prong, she's on the flat collar now. I'm going to slightly move the leash in front of me. Wait. And I'll give her the command to wait if she starts to pull a little bit. Turn. Come on. Come on. Wait. Wait. I'll slow down. If Bella starts to pull, wait, wait. So Bella's on a flat collar. She's not on a prong. So we're walking her on a flat collar. Bella used to be extreme puller, and now we got her walking without pulling. The method we're using is leash, a short leash behind the back. Slow walking. All right, so now that most of the work is put in with the fundamentals, we're going to move Bella to one leash, loose leash holding, and we're going to give her treats as we're going through this process. So right now we're going down to the last steps of holding her back and making her wait, and making her impulse of wanting to pull forward to stop, and then we're going to start, and then we're going to begin. So here with the slow walk, it prevents the dog from running ahead of you. Also,
If she
with the
starts to
leash
pull,
behind your
let me know.
back,
Sit.
it actually gives you more strength to pull them back
Good girl.
without actually using pressure. So I like to use that method. Now you can see right here that she's been customized to it. I have one leash in my left hand, and
Sit.
I'm slowly guiding her through the walk. So now here I'm going to start to begin to reward her for walking slower, listening to my commands, and stopping and sitting, because I want to get Bella used to sitting whenever I stop without having to give her command to do it. So you can see right there, we're on a slow walk. The leash is real loose. It's not tight. I'm not yanking her or pulling her. And I'm just walking her slowly around the cones. Again, the cones are good for making turns and rights and lefts, and teaching the dog when your body motion turns right, they turn right. When you turn left, they turn left. Again, I reward her for the sit. She'll start to think every time she sits. When we stop, she'll get a treat. So that's one of the good methods of doing that training, is showing the dog whenever you stop, they sit. It's an implied sit automatically, instead of having to tell them to sit at every time. So again, she starts to wait for it. She expects it. She's starting to understand every time we hit one of these cones and she stops, she's going to get a treat.
Sit.
So watch her. Boom, she sits. She starts to understand that, hey, if I don't pull and I walk right beside him, and every time we stop, I get rewarded. Remember, in training, the dog always has to get rewarded, especially if you're trying to get them to understand something. You cannot just continue to train without rewarding the dog for the good behavior that they are presenting to you, so that they continue to do it and want to do it more. So that is the point of this training,
Good girl.
is to slow the dog down in their walk, is to make the dog walk comfortably without having to be choked up, and to have the dog understand to follow your lead. When you're holding the leash, they're going to go where you go. Their body goes with you. Their body stops, you stop. If you stop, they stop. The other way around. But that is the point of the training. And like I said again in the beginning, it's hard to do this on hot surfaces, having the dog's paws walk on a hot concrete surface for hours,
Sit.
and then having them sit on a hot concrete surface. So when you're starting off the basics of this, you want to do this in a comfortable environment, so where the dog is used to being, and you don't have to have cones. You can have little displays, and you can use visuals. The cones are good for you and the dog, so that you know when to go in and out of a certain area. And the dog understands that when they hit those areas, they're going to stop on command. They're going to get rewarded, and they're not going to pull. So it's just a good visual outtake of when you're training. And as you can see, she's completely focused on me, and she's not wanting to pull. She doesn't have a desire to want to pull. We've kind of killed that in the beginning of the training.
Good girl.
And we're gradually walking with her. And if she goes forward, we're going to give her the command to wait. And then we're going to correct her with a slight leash pull, and then we're just going to stop, and we're going to slow down. And if the dog starts pulling again in a real strong strength, then you want to go ahead and put the leash behind your back again and start to slow down, slow walk the dog. It's easy. If you do it repeatedly, the dog starts understanding that when they're on these tools, they cannot pull. This is a good method for a dog that's been pulling already. You need to correct that pulling, and keep the dog from pulling excessively and dragging you all over the place. You guys have a great day.
Alpha Dog Security. Madison Belle German Shepherd.